Growing up, my life was chaos. My mom was diagnosed when I was in 4th grade with brain cancer. She was unable to walk and speak like she could before. My dad had to work a lot. So at 12 years old, I started drinking alcohol with one of my cousins, and growing up, because of all of the chaos, it was a way to get away from my responsibilities. As I got older into my teenage years, I really struggled with drinking heavily. And then at 17, my mom we found out that my mom had cancer again, and she passed away a few months later after that. And that was really hard. And she was like my world. She was one of my best friends, and to lose her was so devastating. I was in an abusive relationship at the time, and things just kind of went from bad to worse. He introduced me to marijuana, and from there I just was trying to numb my pain. I was out of town, and when I returned, I found that he had cheated on me the whole time that I was out of town. And so I tried to break up with him, and when I did, he tried to kill himself. And when he did, I actually had to rip the gun out of his hand, and I had to call the police on him. And after that, that was really the only way to get out of this relationship. Was once the police came and they were able to take him away, then that was really my out. And after that, I was so devastated and going through so much depression that I literally drank every single day. I spent every dime that I had at the time on alcohol. So Alan, who is now my husband, came over, and from there, we never left each other's side. We still continued to party together on the weekends and things, and eventually I became pregnant and with Hudson, and thankfully that I feel like was the one thing that stopped me from drinking. After I had Hudson, I just had a deep desire to read the Bible, and so I started reading the Bible, and from there I would pray every day that Alan would want to go to church with me. And I just didn't, because of our life before, I just didn't know if that was going to be the case. And finally, one day on his birthday, he decided that he wanted to go to Lakeview. But I did not want to go to Lakeview because I grew up in Saginaw, and I thought that everybody would know how I'm a sinner. I'm not perfect. And so I was terrified to go back to a church in my hometown where everyone would know that I wasn't meant to be there. So we came in, and the first Sunday was actually Youth Sunday. And so I remember thinking that I wish that I would have had that growing up. That how awesome is it that those kids got to go and serve the Lord and know Him and have awesome youth leaders around them. And so we left, and I was just so touched. And I remember just crying on the way home and saying how awesome it was. And I wanted to return again the next Sunday. After I started coming to church, I knew that I wanted to serve with the kids. But so I signed up to serve in the nursery. And each week I got to volunteer with the kids, and I just felt like that was where I was meant to be. And I served for about a year, and there was a little girl who actually came in, and her mom had passed away as well. And so we had a special connection. And I just knew right then that if I could reach little girls that are going through the exact same thing that I went through with my mom, that this is exactly where I was meant to be. I am Kristin Roberts, and I am the church.